Hello and welcome to our modern money journey. Just a brief reminder that I am not a licensed professional. This is not investment advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Hi everyone and welcome to episode 5 of our Modern Money Journey's Build-A-Portfolio series, where every single month I deposit $100 into my Webull account. We take a look at the markets together, and then we make a purchase to add to our portfolio. Diving on in and taking a look at the portfolio, you can see that we have 5 positions open currently. We have 1 share of Cisco Systems, 2 shares of Barrick Gold, 1 share of Virgin Galactic Holdings, 1 share of Seagate Technologies, and 1 share of Intel Corporation. Right now we're up on all of them except for Barrick Gold, but that's okay because when we made this purchase we knew that Barrick was likely going to be uncorrelated to our tech holding companies, our tech companies. So we knew that if our tech companies were doing well, that Barrick would probably not be doing well. We did this to get some diversification in our portfolio. Let's go up here and take a look at our total account performance. So I put in a custom date to start from the day before we made our first purchase. So we bought our first share on August 14th. So I put in August 13th for when we only had $100 in cash sitting in the account till today. So this shows us what our total profit and loss is up until today. So we have $19.57 in trading P&L, so that means that our positions are up that much collectively. We've received 98 cents in dividends, and then if you take a look over here, we actually have 2 cents in interest about to come in. So we're receiving interest from our share of Virgin Galactic Holdings being lent out on the equities lending market. So since we hold this share, we are receiving interest for that being lent out on that market. So collectively, we're at a little over 6% profit to loss ratio, which gives us a projected annual return of a little under 20% or a little over 19%, which is great considering the average market return is like 7 to 8% or maybe 10% to 11% on a good year. So speaking of the market, let's go take a look at those. Taking a look at the S&P 500, we are up a little bit today. And you can see that we're still hovering around our old all-time highs, or we're hovering at our new all-time highs, but in the same zone as these old all-time highs. Same as the Dow. We haven't surpassed these old all-time highs like we did in the S&P 500, but we're still hovering in the same vicinity. Coming over and taking a look at gold. After setting a new high in July, it's pulled back continuously since then. Hopefully we'll be seeing a good buying position for gold here soon. And then taking a look at silver, we can see that it spiked up in July as well. However, we know that silver's price has been much higher than $25 before, and it's pulled back and then stayed flat over the last month or so. And if you have watched our silver stacking part 1 video, you know that I'm still quite bullish on silver. Coming over and looking at the US dollar, we can see we're a little bit down today, but then we can also see that we've just generally been trending down the entire year. Let's hop over and take a look at cryptocurrency markets. We can see that it's a pretty red day today. We're down just a little bit across most of the board, which is great because if you've seen the thumbnail, I'm sure you're aware that we're going to be making a little Bitcoin purchase to add to our portfolio. We're going to also buy a little bit of Ethereum to add to the portfolio as well. I'm sure some of you are thinking, Joe, why would you do that? Bitcoin's near its old all-time high. Why are you buying it? Well, because there is a change going on. Let's take a look at some news and we'll talk about it. So, Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance, or Mass Mutual, just recently bought $100 million in Bitcoin. Grayscale Trust this past week, bought $266 million worth of Bitcoin to add to their holdings and another $58 million in Ethereum to add to their holdings. In 1 week. MicroStrategy just completed its $650 million bond sale so that it can buy more Bitcoin. It's already purchased $500 million worth of Bitcoin. So they're going to be sitting on 80,000 Bitcoin after this purchase goes through, or after they use these funds to make a purchase. Moving on, former Goldman exec Raoul Pal has liquidated his gold and put 98% of his portfolio into Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's a bold move to put 98% of your portfolio just into crypto. So then let's go over here and take a look at the stock to flow model. So we can see that we've had this very parabolic run up over the last month or two. And this isn't too dissimilar from what happened in the last cycle. So let's zoom in. And we can see that during the orange phase of last cycle, we had a very parabolic run up. During the orange phase of this cycle, we've had a very parabolic run up. And then back here we had a pullback, and then it continued to climb up more, another pullback, climb up more, another pullback. So some might say, Joe, we should wait for a pullback and see if we can buy in more. However, I think, after looking at the news that we just went over and realizing that the landscape now here is different than the landscape back here. There's more fiat on-ramps, there's more retail investors, there's more people aware of Bitcoin, and there's a flood of institutional money coming into Bitcoin and already in it and coming towards it. Just tons of institutional money is getting into Bitcoin. It's obvious that we could keep trending upwards, or that we should keep trending upwards, following the stock to flow model, and maybe potentially reaching a lot of these predictions by a lot of these fund managers of $100,000 to $200,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin in the next year or two. It's quite possible. So I think that we should go back to Webull and we should go to trade, and I've already brought Bitcoin up, and I think that we should add a little bit to our portfolio, because we're not trying to do this as a trade. We're not trying to hope that it comes back down so that we can buy in just a little bit lower. This is a long-term hold, and Bitcoin's price is projected to keep growing over the next several years, or even the next decade or so. So this is a long-term hold. We're not trying to make a trade. So we're just going to buy some and hold it. So we're going to come down, we're going to hit buy. We're going to have to change share to dollar amount. We're going to do $50. We're going to change this over to a market order so that it goes right through. And then we're going to place the order. And then we are going to buy some Bitcoin. That just filled. So now we're going to actually come in here and we're going to search for Ethereum. There it is. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to hit buy. We're going to change the quantity to dollars. We're going to do $25. 25 in Ethereum. We're going to make this a market order just so that it goes through. and then we're going to place our order, and we're going to buy some Ethereum. And that just went through. So now let's go back and take a look at our account. So now it's updated. We have our Ethereum position and we have our Bitcoin position. Let's go back and take a look at our positions here so that we can see we've got 0.04 and some change Ethereum, and then we've got 0.0025 and some change Bitcoin. So now we're sitting on 5 stock positions and 2 crypto positions in our portfolio. Hopefully adding these crypto positions to our portfolio will help increase our returns over the long run. But we'll just have to wait and see about that. Alright, all you bulls and bears, we'll see you next time.